All right. What's happening? Smurf Luchiano on Cross the Street with Jim and Liz. You know who we at? Farragut Park.
On how we used to get our kick, me, you, and Beetle hitting licks, having niggas running butt naked down the street, terrified to death, but happy they could breathe. Champ, you remember back? I took the whole hood to bang where them killers at, getting stacks. Remember that? Down in North.
Give me a clap, clap. Okay. All right, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Here we go. What is good? I'm here today with Smurf Luchiano, and we met on the corner of Kirby, right?
Yes, sir.
When I was booking the event, he said he wanted to meet here at Farragut Park, and I said, we're gonna meet on the corner of Kirby, and I didn't even have to say that. I just knew that's where we were gonna be.
Exactly.
Famous caller, anybody important?
Kids, very important, you know. Don't they know I'm working right now? I'll get back to you. But yeah, we're at Farragut.
We did get lucky today, and DJ JT popped in on us. So you are a man of many talents. We went and did a little bit of research today, digging around on Smurf. First, let's start with the education. Film school,
Yes.
as well as, what did you study there?
Video production.
Mm-hmm.
Did video production, everything that you can do with video. Really, and I went there in hopes to shoot videos to get experience to shoot the movie, which is going to be based slightly about my life story.
Now, the movie Killingsworth, that's something that you guys pushed out 2006, correct?
Yes.
Very town influential program. Super cool to watch. Really enjoyed that. Many years in the making there. What about Bad Boxer?
The Bad Boxer is funny. It's funny. We did that with the Mayweathers. There's was a lot of big names behind the scenes. It was shot in Vegas. Shout out to my boy Mo McCoy, Andrea. You know, they scripted it. They got all the people on there. They shot it. The real Rick Ross showed up. Floyd Mayweather Sr. The other Mayweather was on there. He was one of the stars in the movie. We had a really good time shooting the whole thing. My boy Boo Capone, he out of LA from All in I with Mac 10 and them. He was there. He was in the movie. It was funny, and you knew it was funny. So if you get a chance, go on Tubi and watch it.
Hey there! This is Liz from Logistics.
And I'm Birdie Lee.
And we've got a special Women's History Month edition of
We See You. Shout out to She Hyphy. She's doing a free photo shoot right now. Check out her Instagram for more info.
Also, Gayla from Mama G Soups, We See You, recently featured on the City of Gresham's Facebook page.
Until next time, we see you.
Definitely.
I'm in about 4 more movies coming up.
Okay, tell us about
Some
those.
gonna be on Tubi. One of them is called Pimpin' Ain't Dead, and that's a funny one. All the characters are in there, and it's just a hilarious one. Those are also Mo McCoy movies.
Our show does air daily. This will be out later on today. We know that yesterday was a special day for you.
Yes.
Happy Born Day to you, my friend. Happy Born Day.
Right. So with my born day, it's significant because my cousin Lil Smurf got killed a while ago. I'm Big Smurf, he Lil Smurf, but my stage name was Smurf Luchiano after the whole Smurf in the Streets thing. I got shot on his birthday, which was March the 8th. He got killed on my birthday, which is October the 8th. But on March the 8th, 1989, I got shot, hitting it in the artery in my leg, came back to life. So when I came back as Smurf, Big Smurf. That's why yesterday was my significant day.
There we go. A little bit of an explanation behind it. Nice drip today, too.
Right on, appreciate it.
Looking nice.
Well, I'm from Oregon, you know, Nike Town. We at least got to stay with our green and gold on. I mean, it's the land of the leprechauns and the ducks and the beavers.
He popped the trunk, popped the tags off it, and threw it right on.
That's how we, you know, we moving salesmen. We stay on the road, stay in motion. Portland, Vegas, Atlanta, we going everywhere, representing the city of roses.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about this neighborhood and this park, I guess, and what this is so special to you?
Farragut Park. Farragut has a lot of significance. For one, this is where me and all my homeboys used to kick it at, you know. Come over here, play ball when they had the hoops up here. In Northeast Portland, Terrell Brandon used to always give softball tournaments. All the softball tournaments was played on this field, him and Damon Stoudemire. Their giving back to the community was right here at Farragut Park. For me, just being that I lived on Kirby, the neighborhood I'm from is Kirby Block. Kirby Block Crip Gang is the set that I was from, that I helped form. This is one of our parks. It's on our street, and we looked out for the neighborhood around here the whole time. If you go back and you look at some of my videos, we shot the first video, Heavy on the Grind, right here, shooting dice right here. But that sign right there, that Farragut Park sign, that was 1997.
Wow.
So that's going back in some Portland hip-hop history. Then we came back here after I got Mussolini and had Mussolini on the label, and we did the Killingsworth video shoot here with Mandela, Cardetta.
Shout out to Swiggle.
Swiggle. And we shot it right there on that street, walking that way.
That camera from Nike has come up on our show a couple times.
Hey, that was a good one. It was the quality of it looked good. They did a good job on there. Yeah, I liked it. So I thought it'd only be fitting if we come back here and do Cross the Street right here at Farragut Park.
One of my favorite parts about the show is just this, when people find neighborhoods specifically important to them. So thank you for inviting us out here. We really appreciate that.
And if you see the Can't Be Caught videos, the homies, if you know Can't Be Caught, My City, it was a town classic. If you don't know it, go watch it. That was also shot here. My boy Jay was dunking on the hoop right there that they got fenced off. But My City shot right here at Farragut Park as well.
You also have been doing some community outreach. You've started a program, it looks like, for youth mentorship.
Yes.
That's a great thing. As part of that, we saw a little news today by the NBA that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar just sold his 4 championship rings and trophies for $2.3 million at auction a couple days ago. He's using all of the money to reinvest back into his community and send kids to school.
Oh, that's nice.
So I thought that was pretty impressive.
Good Shepherd Children's Outreach is the name of the program that I work with. I've been working with them now for about 7 years. We started off just doing back to school stuff, backpacks. Then we went a little bit further, trying to reach kids that are, middle school kids before they get to make their own choices, when they still are pretty influential. Middle school. But the main concern is we really want to just stop gun violence. Not gang violence, gun violence. We can stop the guns, a whole bunch of other things to stop. Gangs is just a part of it.
We currently live in the numbers, I do, and we've seen an uptick in gun violence in that neighborhood in particular. This neighborhood looks a lot different than it does 20 years ago. I've lived here for 45 years myself. So.
Right. Well, gentrification. True. And I was a part of the gentrification, I must say. Being that I was on a racketeering charge with the Kirby Block Crips. They indicted 8 of us. The time we was facing on that charge was 35 years on that charge. I was already in federal custody when they indicted me on the state charge. I was facing life in the federal case, and I was facing 35 in the state case. Went to trial with the feds, got acquitted, got 2 years credit for time served because I had been in county jail for 2 years and 2 years probation. After that, I never went back to jail. I went back to jail one time after that, but other than that, in the last 25 years, I might have had maybe 2 traffic tickets. So what would it have been? If me sitting in prison doing 25 years or me being a productive citizen, I like the productive citizen. And a lot of it, the media attention, we got to make sure that we are getting the right media from the right people and the right sources. Because that goes back to some of the stuff that we see. Politics. We can look at politics now and see a good example of the media. Payola.
You have a media source yourself, the Mob Talk.
Yes.
Your podcast that you've been running there. Liz and I got a chance to sit down and watch a couple episodes of that this morning. Super cool. You look really relaxed.
Right, I appreciate it.
Giving great information. We did see the part where you mentioned exactly your program, where you're trying to turn these young kids around before they make a bad decision, essentially, right?
That's a good, the good thing about Mob Talk is like I say about the media, we still have to put out there knowledgeable things. Say something that is the truth. Give us something that we can go look up. Stats. We want to see some stats. We want to see some numbers. Numbers don't lie.
Facts.
That mouth will say anything.
We also know through the research that you were very good friends with our past guests. R.I.P. to the Mexican Mac, Mr. Lucci Vega.
Most definitely.
What a sad story.
My guy.
We every episode have someone pour out still to this day about missing that young man. So
Thing about Lucci was this. Lucci was like one of my first kids I took under my belt. He was a friend of mine. He was their son's friend. I went over there one day, and he heard the music, and he was like, man, I want to rap. The two friends he was with both went on to be gang members. Lucci came with me and did the music. So he had friends that were in gangs, but that isn't the lifestyle he wanted to choose or the path he wanted to take. So I started saying, you know what we'll do? You're Latino, I'm black. I don't see enough Latinos and blacks together. LA, Oregon. So we're gonna bring some black and brown together. And I'm gonna at least try to get as many Latinos on these hip hop shows in Portland as I can get. And together we can make a movement. And we did that. Lucci was 16 years old when I started messing with Lucci.
Wow.
And I never signed him to any paperwork or a deal. I just promoted him, flew him out of town, took him places. If he ever got to a position where we could make some money, we knew that the love was already there, that was gonna happen. But it was more about trying to have him do something different and save his life. I hate to see that he died so tragically, because he wouldn't hurt a soul. He'd get you a bottle, he'd get you a drink, but hurt a soul he wouldn't do.
That is an absolute fact. I got to spend a nice afternoon with him there during that episode. He brought his family to my house.
Right.
What a nice young man.
Like I say, very, very family oriented.
Very family oriented. Yeah. What about you and your family? Ever expanding, growing?
Man,
any accomplishments out of the kiddos?
My family is pretty big already, you know. My family's pretty big already. I might could do maybe one more, maybe if the Lord bless me, one more. But the finances have to be right, situation has to be right. Today I was just downtown doing some stuff for the kids, partial custody papers. Had grandma in the car, picked her up, gave her a ride, Social Security, then raced over here to cross the street.
Let's go.
I mean, so hey, this is my family now.
We have a gift for you. We have one of our past guests, Damie.
Okay.
Love him to death.
All right.
He is a Portland hip-hop historian a little bit himself. The guy, I feel like the two of you guys could get together and have a nice long talk about Portland hip-hop. So, when was the last time that you recorded here in town?
I haven't recorded myself probably in about 2-3 years. I got an artist I've been working with, Real Key.
Okay.
He recorded a little bit out here. I actually have a verse that I have to go do tonight or tomorrow. So
where are you guys gonna do that at?
We're gonna do it at I Am Humans.
Ooh, shout out
studio.
to you.
Human always have it right.
We love Human. We got to go down there and check out his studio. It was about 4 or 5 months ago. He has that floating wall in there.
Yeah.
Oh, he spent a ton of money putting that place together.
Yeah, he did, and it's nice. We did some work on that. Fidel Castro, one of the artists on the label, him and Ryder J. Clyde had that. For their project, we was over at Humans, recorded some stuff, and then on the Killingsworth, we did some stuff over there.
You know how I met Fidel? He was my neighbor.
Yeah.
We lived in the same apartment complex. He lived upstairs from me.
162nd?
He caught me out in the numbers there. Yeah.
Where at? 162nd?
201st.
200.
He caught me in the car. I make beats at home, and he caught me in the car sound testing some beats, and he was like, "What are you doing?" He knew right away.
Yeah, I seen you on the MPC.
You make music at all anymore besides?
I got a little studio. It ain't put together, but I'm still working on something.
You've been throwing some shows a lot.
Yes.
Las Vegas all the way to San Francisco. You've been all over the place. The map was really deep when we started looking around it. What's the next show you got popping up? You got something going on with it?
The next one I got coming up personally is Glasses Malone, who was formerly on Cash Money. He got a new album coming out, so part of his tour, he gonna come through Portland. And what we doing him at, JT?
We're doing Euphoria Nightclub.
Euphoria Nightclub?
Nightclub over off 9th and Division.
Yeah,
9th and Division.
Very upscale environment.
Very, very nice. Very nice. New. Looks very nice in there. You will have a good time if you come in there.
Dress to impress for sure.
Dress
to impress event? Okay.
Yes.
So don't wear your Bugs Bunny
Definitely
fit.
no joggers.
Don't wear your Bugs Bunny fit.
Gotta have your look on right. But I did that. I did a couple Ryder J. Clyde shows. Kansas City, because Kansas City is one of our big markets. The Bay Area, like I say, San Francisco with Ryder J. Clyde. Las Vegas, I got my boy Stunner out there. And just recently, we had a meeting out there with Stunner, Big U. And Big U, if you don't know, he's from Rolling 60s, you know, one of the guys who was really with Nipsey Hussle. when Nipsey was coming up. He actually used to manage Nipsey. We had a meeting about the same things, about giving kids options and giving them choices.
Big ups to our monthly sponsor, Rappy Dusky and PDX Radio. Remember, all you artists out there, please submit your tracks to prettydopesubmissions@gmail.com, and Rappy will get you played on his credited radio station. Also, special thanks to our monthly sponsor, Curtis from Automatic Ink. If you can think it, we can ink it. See you soon. We had one powerful question for you. It is Women's History Month. And in honor of that, we were curious. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the strong, influential women that took part in your life, Smurf?
Yes, like I just said, I just took grandmother Social Security. I moved in with my grandmother when I was 5 years old. I lived with her till I was 17 years old, till I could no longer follow her rules and come in when she locked that screen door. So to her birthday is next week. She'll be 93.
93,
and, I want to give her a shout out
Yes.
as being one of those strong women and influences in my life.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, we did run through about 15 minutes pretty quick. It goes pretty rapidly. You want to give some special love, shout outs, PSAs on the way out here before we wrap this up today, Smurf?
I want to give a shout out to my town, my city, the state, the Northwest Coast, because we don't represent the Northwest Coast enough. And we are on the top of the map. If you don't know, you're just seeing this. Portland is between Seattle and California. Portland, Oregon. It's a whole state over here. And yes, we have black people over here too. But shout out to everybody that support, that follow. If you get a chance, come out to the show, download, research. Any of my projects I got, quality music. Mac Dre, all the way down to X-Rated.
We will leave as many links as we can for you in the description below. We did notice in our search today you have quite a bit to go through, so we will leave as many links as we can for people to get a hold of you. Is it just that simple? Get a hold of you for bookings? And
yes, just get on there, find me. It ain't that simple though, but you find me, I will get back to you. Take a little time sometime, but I will get back to you. Shout out to Cross the Street.
We appreciate you very much, Smurf. Thank you so much for your time. Stay dry, and we'll see you soon.
All right.
Cheers.